Good morning, Black America. Grand Rising, beloved. I'm Crypto Stock Markets, and I'm here to turn digital sense into generational sense.
Now let's unpack it. There's quite a shift happening in the financial system right now, and most people have no idea it's happening. Stablecoins, the digital dollars used in crypto, are slowly moving out of the trading platforms and into real financial world. Banking apps, payment systems, money transfer networks, and even payroll. Meaning, one day your paycheck might not arrive as a traditional bank deposit. It could arrive as a stablecoin. But here's the part almost nobody understands. Stablecoins are not FDIC insured. Most people hear things like reserves held at FDIC banks, regulated stablecoins, federal bank charters, and your brain naturally assumes that means protection. But legally, that's not how the system works. Under federal law, a payment stablecoin is not considered a deposit. And if something is not a deposit, it does not qualify for deposit insurance, meaning the bank might be insured, but your tokens are not. That distinction matters a lot more than people realize, because if a stablecoin issuer fails, if a platform collapses, or if the reserves are mismanaged, the insurance safety net that protects traditional bank deposits may not apply. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Some crypto companies are pushing something called a trust bank charter. That sounds official. It sounds safe, but many trust banks do not actually accept deposits. And if a bank does not take deposit, it cannot provide FDIC deposit insurance. Even regulators say this clearly. So the charter might be real, but the insurance people think exists may not be there. Then there's another idea people point to, pass-through insurance. The argument is that if stablecoin reserves sit inside an insured bank, the insurance might extend through to the users. But regulations have already pushed back on that idea, meaning the backup protection people assume might exist probably doesn't. So we're entering a new financial system where digital dollars are spreading quickly, but the protections people are used to may not follow. Now watch this part closely, because the big question is, if stablecoins don't offer the same insurance protections as bank deposits, why are governments and financial institutions embracing them? The answer is actually simple. Stablecoins solve three problems the financial system has struggled with for decades. First, visibility. Cash is private, stablecoins are traceable. Every transaction leaves a digital trail on a blockchain. That makes it much easier for regulators and law enforcement to track financial activity. Second, speed. Traditional banking is slow. ACH transfers can take days. International payments can take even longer. Stablecoins can settle transactions in seconds. That allows payment systems to operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Third, programmability. Stablecoins are not just digital money. They're programmable money. Wallets can be frozen, transactions can be blocked, funds can be restricted or recovered. We've already seen the examples of this. Tether has frozen billions of dollars in USDT tied to investigations. Circle has the ability to freeze USDC wallets as well. Those control features are built into the system for regulatory compliance. Now here's another clue most people overlook. Stablecoin reserves are often held in U.S. Treasury bills. That means when stablecoin usage grows, demand for U.S. government debt grows with it. In other words, stablecoins don't just create a new payment system, they also quietly support the treasury market. The system always leaves clues. Now let's talk about why this matters for Black America. Because financial infrastructure changes do not affect every community the same way. Black Americans already face unique financial realities. Lower average household savings, greater reliance on fast payment apps, more use of mobile banking and digital transfers. If payroll systems or payment networks begin using stablecoins, millions of people could be interacting with uninsured digital dollars without even realizing it. And if something goes wrong in that system, there may be fewer protections than people expect. We've seen this pattern before. When financial systems break, the communities with the least cushion often feel it first. But there's another side to this story too. Stablecoins can also create opportunity. They allow instant payments across borders. They reduce the cost of sending money internationally. They can give people access to financial tools that traditional banks have historically made harder to reach. So stablecoins could become one of two things: either another financial system people don't fully understand, or a tool people learn to use strategically. That part depends on education, because technology itself is neutral. The advantage always goes to the people who understand the rules of the system. So here's what we should be watching next. Let's watch stablecoin regulation. Let's watch bank issue stablecoins. Watch how payment networks and payroll systems begin integrating digital dollars, because the financial infrastructure is changing in real time. And once the infrastructure changes, everything built on top of it changes too. Take care, loved ones. I'm Crypto Stock Markets, and I get up with y'all tomorrow.